Driver leaned out of the cab to see where they were going. A short, stumpy boiler and a short, stumpy... His fire went out and there was not enough steam. But the driver and fireman felt sorry for Ed. Would you like to come out today? So they lit his fire, made lot, and the driver was very pleased. Often passed by. Gordon. He was almost there when... Steady now, steady, warned the driver as they reached the top. The cranes are for lifting heavy things like engines and coaches and trucks. The brakes are hauled on. Leak in the pipe, most likely. Look out for trouble, James, warned his driver. We'll go fast and get them up before they know it. Don't let them... Easy now. But his driver shut off steam. They've done it again. We've left our... I don't know, said his driver. The guard will tell us in a minute. His driver said, no. What would the Fat Controller say if we were late? Never mind, said his driver. We'll get some water hiss from his safety valve in an alarming way. There's too much steam. Gracious goodness me, how did the fish get there, driver? We must have fished them from the river with our bucket, replied Thomas's driver. Back, Thomas, back, said it. What a silly engine I am. And Thomas... Henry managed to start, but his fireman was not satisfied. Henry is a bad steamer, he said to the Fat Controller. I build up his fire, but it doesn't give you... Excuse me, sir, he answered, but the fact is the coal is wrong. We've had a poor lot lately, and today it's worse. The other engines can manage, they have big fire. It's expensive, said the Fat Controller, but Henry must have a fair chance. James shall go and fetch some. They carefully made his fire, putting large lumps of coal like a wall round the outside. Then the glowing middle part was covered with smaller lumps. Wait and see, said the fireman. We'll have a roaring fire, just when we want it. Never better, sir, and plenty of steam. Steady, old fellow, he would say. There's plenty of time. All clear, Henry. Away we go. Well then, said the driver, Henry is going to sneeze at those boys. Henry has plenty of ashes, said the driver. Please keep all windows shut till we have passed the bridge. Aren't you, old fellow? Are you ready, Henry, said his driver. Sneeze hard when I tell you. They all scrambled into Henrietta. Gordon's fire was slow to start. Taking his fire, it was now burning nicely and making... Look at that, exclaimed Thomas's fireman. Oh dear, what can the matter be? Sang the fireman. Johnny so long ago. Never you mind about Johnny, laughed the driver. Just you climb on the cab and look for Thomas. Can you see him? He clambered down. The driver looked back, but the flag didn't wave. There's a traction engine in the scrapyard, Vicar. He'll be broken up next week. Jem Cole says he never drove a better engine. He could hardly stand. So the inspector saw the pole and the rope. Good man, jump in. Realized that he had no driver. Gently braking, Edward's driver checked the engine's speed. Come on, Percy, said his driver. Off we go. Stop! The driver laughed and explained. There's Harold. He's not far ahead. Let's race him. Well, I'll be a ding-dong-dang, said the driver. The fireman shoveled for dear life. Well, scrambled to the cab roof. Thomas's fireman was ill, and a relief man took his place. Phew, remarked the inspector. You must never let this happen again, Thomas. You know just where to stop, Thomas, laughed his driver. You could almost manage it without me. The next morning, the firelighter came as the warmth spread through his boiler. He didn't dare look at what was coming next, and a small, squat cab. The fireman looked back towards the guard's van and saw something. Right away, mate. Well done, boy. You've got them. You've got them. His driver and fireman.
The fire was burning nicely and he had plenty of steam. Soon, Percy's fire was burst. Steady, Gordon, called his driver. We aren't running a race. Gordon tried to whisk them away. "We'll never find it now," said the driver. "You'll have to go to the works for a new one," puffed. "Well, you know what they say," laughed his driver. "A change is as good as a rest." Donald was asleep. Doc's driver and fireman popped something into his water tank. Next morning, he found that he had an unexpected passenger aboard. A small white duckling popped out of his water tank. Nay, the duckling was tame. She shared the fireman's sandwiches. Morning, when Doc's crew arrived to take us home, the station master explained to Thomas's driver that the school bus... "Careful, Thomas," called his... "On it," said his driver. "Worry, they'll be looked after," replied his driver. "Dragon!" "Don't worry," laughed his driver. "This Henry," he would say. "We've made good..." "Phew, Gordon, slow down," called his driver. "Shut off steam and put on the brakes. Then..." "Come on, Thomas," said his driver. "Orders are orders. Wait till the Fat Controller hears about this. Clever engine gave me a splendid ride. You must be proud of him." Edward's driver laughed. "You're helpful in your own way, and that's be cross." So they buzzed around the fireman, hoping he'd mend their hive. But he didn't understand, nor did his driver. So had his fireman and driver. "Come on, James," said his driver. "Those tenders belong to a visitor." "Be careful, Percy," called his driver. "Look out, Percy," shouted his driver. And "What's that?" called his... Duke was building more strength. He stood firm like a bulldog. "Now," said he. "Leave the coaches now and fetch some trucks." "No more work for you today," said his driver. "How are we going to pull the visitors' train without an engine?" "Scarloey, can you do it?" "Take your time," soothed. "Long now," encouraged the driver. "We'll soon..." They lit Scarloey's fire and he sizzled. "Well done, boy. Keep it steady, boy," checked his driver. "There's some... We'll use that instead of your funnel." "We'll keep our passengers waiting," said his driver. "Come on, Duncan," cajoled his driver. "One more effort and you'll have a rest and a drink at the station." "Yes, indeed," replied the driver. "They need another engine to help run this special line." His driver was huddled in the cab, keeping him company. It was difficult to set the fire, but soon it was glowing hot and Stepney had a good head of steam. "Sorry, Thomas," said his driver. "We're being shut." "Good," said his driver. "We can watch the game." Then there was trouble. "If those jokers want a race," said the driver, "they can have one. Faster, Stepney." "Neither do I," said his driver. "But we must clear the line." Henry's driver and fireman covered up their cab to keep all over Henry. "Well, you're not a pretty picture." "Go on, Daisy," said her driver. "The farmer wouldn't like that." "The Fat Controller has a plan," answered it. The children were delighted to meet their friend. "Come on, Percy," said his driver. "This'll be trouble with Bull. Bulstrode is a disagreeable barge. He never stops complaining," said Percy. "And is old." Percy was. "Toby might be old," replied. "Come on, Toby, we'll go to the farms. There." "What happened?" asked Toby's driver. "It's time for your visit to the works. Your pipes are clogged," said the fireman. "Now you really can..." As Gordon approached the new station, neither the driver or fireman could apply his brake. Gordon was still going. "Can I help you, sir?" asked Thomas's driver. "I'm afraid our fireman's been taken ill." To work hard. Coal dust and smut flew everywhere. The Fat Controller looked just in time, he gasped, and his driver knew that they were... Try to "It's Thomas," called his driver. "Light, I don't know what's wrong," sighed the firelighter. "There must be gremlins about." "Come on, Thomas," said driver. "You need a..." "I think we'd better slow down. This is into Thomas's cab." But he had a wonderful ride, all the way to the docks. "Yes, we do," called his driver. "Whoever caused this disturbance will have me to answer to." Phew. "Come on, Percy," said his driver. "Time to go home." "Sorry, Percy, there isn't time." "The sheds." "These are for Maithwaite," said his driver. "What's that?" said his driver. "I've got just the ticket to... and food. I've heard about this ram. He's always hungry." We'd better see what all that noise is about, said his driver. It's that ram. He's made a meal of the station too. We'll do it right away, called his driver. We must walking up. Toby. It's our only chance, said his driver. It meets the river first. If we go over that waterfall, we're doomed. It's an amber. That means proceed with Who's there? The driver was surprised. No one warned us about. But where's its owner? Something very strange is. Here we go. There's a signal box. Someone must have been expecting us. It's best if we rest here until the fog clears. We'll go and inspect, said the driver. They've caught all this fish and a green whale. We'll show that whirlybird just how fast you can go, Gordon, said his driver. His driver reduced. There must be something wrong with that signal. We'll go. Oliver's fireman was concerned. We need to find a water tower soon. What's the matter? Asked the driver. Determined. We'll certainly try. What do you think of this, Percy? Laughed his driver. Now, Percy, said his driver. Mrs. Itchmarsh, special treat. Is there anything we can do to help? Called his driver. Stop gossiping, you two. Go to it, Percy, shouted aside. This was our fault. We didn't secure the controller. Will be very annoyed. And we'll stop here until... Oh, no. Rather a smash than a squash, sighed his driver. Good, said his driver. All's well, we'll have a cup of cocoa and then make our way. Avalanche! They cried from firemen, drinking cocoa as...
Sir Topham Hatt warned me about Diesel. Don't worry, Thomas.
So don't.
Come on, Lily.
What's the matter?
Travel sickness. Where's still Lily? I think it's my cousin.
Do you?
Oh no, my beach back!
You won't be doing any surfing up here, Mr. Kahuna.
Really? Watch me.
Hang up! You're on your own from here.
Ooh, there's the missing coal truck.
Stoke up the magic in the mountain. That's part of Mr. Conductor's clue to his gold dust. You're a really useful engine, Thomas.
James! Lily, look! Railroad's getting its energy back.
The lights are all green for you now. Green for glory.
Tasha would have loved this journey.
Yes, she would. And she'd love it that you're with me now.
It's safe inside you.
Thomas! We're on the island of Sodor. Hello, Junior. Hello, Mr. C.
So am I, milady. I'll not let you down again.
Watch out for the viaduct, it's dangerous!
Because the magic you refuse to believe in will get the better of you. Come on, lady.
Well, lady, this is your shining time, too.
Well done!
His driver applied the Just then, they... If there's a telephone in there... Cyril's done his job, said his driver. We'd better slow down. Still, we'd better slow down, said his driver. There's fog ahead. I don't know, said his driver, but at least nobody's been hurt. Toby will be coming down the line any minute, said his fireman. Fog ahead, said his driver. We'd better slow down. And his driver applied the brake. His driver hadn't seen the... What was that? His driver told the Fat Controller what they had seen. Nonsense, said the Fat Controller. The old buildings are collapsing into empty mine shafts, that's all. Percy's driver was cross. Well done, James, called his sting hot fireboxes to keep them warm. The firelighter started Percy's fire. His driver applied the shed. But suddenly... "We'll stop at the next signal box," said Toby's driver. "I'll phone the vet from there." "We can't go on," said Duck's driver. "Even Duck's snowplow can't get through," said his driver. Toby's driver was worried. His driver thought, "That should take care of the bothersome squeak," he said. "You've broken the record again," said his driver. The driver tried to put on... Percy's driver saw the Fat Controller and told him what Percy had said. "I will attend to the matter immediately." "Oh no," said his driver. "This is Gordon's line." "It's no use. We need a back engine," said the driver. "I'll send for Edward." "Careful," cautioned his driver. "You're asking for trouble." And he got it. Rusty, he never listens. "Sorry, sir," Rusty's driver said. "We were helping Rheneas and Skarloey." "These aren't your sort of coaches," he said, "but I suppose they'll do." Mrs. Driver applied the brakes. "Come on, Skarloey," called his driver. "The bridge is safe now." "We'll still have to take them," said his driver. "You can do it, Henry." He was very fluid. "What happened here?" "It's a shame," said his driver, "but we must have..." His driver saw a full... "Is Sodor Castle," called his driver. "It's very special and important." "This is Valley View," said... "And here's the viaduct." "Way, the breakdown van will be here soon," called Arthur's driver. "Let's go, Duncan," said his driver, "but we must be careful." His driver was starting to worry. Cross Duncan's line. "Look out! The sheep escaped from that field," said the driver. Diesel. "You're right," said his driver. "We could search the old mine track." "Don't worry," called Skarloey's driver. "We'll soon have you down." "You can't stop Gordon," his driver called back. "You're the ex. You need to rescue Spencer. He's stuck on the hill." "I'm sure one trip across the old wooden bridge won't hurt," added his driver. Gave Thomas's driver the box of medals.
Go fuck yourself.